June has been an incredibly tough month for the LGBTQIA community. And I found this article on pride.com called The 22 Things Our Community Should Be Truly Proud About This Month. And I think it's important to share with our viewers some of the really awesome and uplifting things that have been happening within the community. So I thought Hasan and I would go through some of them and talk about them and hopefully, just bring some positivity to what has been an overwhelmingly dark month. So number 5, which I really liked, was our many straight celebrity allies, which I know sometimes people feel weird about, but I love straight allies. I love celebrity allies. The first person that comes to mind is Nick Jonas.
Not me.
Well, celebrity.
Wow.
Celebrity. The first person that comes to mind is Hasan Piker.
You guys see that?
I get so much strength from my straight friends that chose to go with me to Pride, even though there was a very real threat that had just been addressed the hours before the Pride March happened. So that's something I would like to celebrate. Number 8, marriage equality. I think we can all agree that is awesome. No problem with that.
I have a very serious problem.
You hate it.
I hate it.
Number 10, this is one I actually hadn't heard about. It's JetBlue, Delta, and Allegiant Airlines who offered free flights to the immediate family of the Orlando victims. I'm surprised that it was only 3 airlines. Maybe there were more that just aren't on this list, but yeah, hey, shout out to JetBlue and Delta for once in your life doing something right. God damn it, where were you on Christmas? And number 12
They're not just dishing out free flights for...
No, I just mean on Christmas, I had the worst Delta experience. I actually had to break up with them over Twitter. You should find it, seriously.
Wait,
and then
they respond usually.
They responded, and then I was like, I'm sorry, it's just not gonna work out. And then Virgin America was like, we hear that you're looking to see someone new, something like that. And I was like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, no, they are really on their social media game.
Especially at Christmas time, because everyone is upset.
Yeah.
Number 12 is every Pride festival happening around the world. Hell yes.
Except for Turkey, unfortunately.
Oh, that's true. This is supposed to be positive.
I'm sorry to bring the mood down.
That's okay. But yeah, every Pride festival, that the people who are going out of their way to celebrate Pride, to celebrate whatever joy we have in this community, which is a lot of joy, that's important. We should celebrate that. 13, the continued movement to end racism within the LGBT community, because I think that a lot of times we do not discuss the different treatment that queer people of color experience than like what my privilege is. And I know that you, I know that you are just
all
cringing
relatable,
inside.
All relatable to what I see this firsthand though, the difference between and we're talking about inside the LGBT community.
Yeah.
I feel like, look, we have a very close friend of ours who's gay and black, and I have firsthand seen the treatment that other gay white dudes give him at bars that we go to when they're like, oh, he's black? Oh, never mind. And I think sexual preference is definitely something that we can discuss up and down. Obviously, I believe that you can have a sexual preference towards certain things. It's just your, completely subjective preference. You can be biased with who you choose to sleep with. But I think this goes a little bit beyond that, where I see in the LGBT community, we've covered stories about it where they'll say what do they say, no rice? Or in the dating apps and whatnot, where they want to cut straight to the point, but at the same time, it becomes very racist, because you don't know if, just because you think you don't like, let's say, black dudes, for example, doesn't mean you're not going to get along with a black dude. You should open up your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Number 15 was the fight to end femme shaming, and I think this is really important because I know that there are, however you choose to present, obviously I would not describe myself as femme.
Really? I'm very surprised to hear that.
But however you choose to present, you shouldn't have to justify it or validate it within your own community, especially. I think that's bullshit. If you want to be femme, if that's how you feel comfortable, then you shouldn't have to, your sexuality shouldn't come into question, and especially within the community, that sucks. So I like that we are fighting to end that. 16 was everyone who donated blood for the survivors in Orlando. That's awesome. The line was around the block. I know that John Oliver talked about it. I point to you because he's your hero. So I think that it's important that we call attention to the people who did that, who left work and left their lives to donate blood. That's super important. 17, your parents and or relatives who support you the most. Obviously, mom and dad, everyone in my life. That has been not just about me, but just to celebrate all your relatives and your friends that are there for you, and that are there when you're not around to support you when someone says something that would make you feel bad. 18, every single city that held incredible vigils for the victims of Orlando. I went to one in West Hollywood at Mickey's. It's a bar in West Hollywood. It was beautiful.
Lady Gaga was there.
No, that was at the LGBT Center in Los Angeles. But that's a good sign that there were so many vigils to take a moment to think about this and to regroup as a community after Orlando happened, and that is something to celebrate in the wake of tragedy. I really think that the LGBT community and allies came together, and that is another thing that we should be thinking about. And then last one that I want to bring up, but there's a lot more, and you can check out this list at pride.com. And mostly, importantly, be proud of the victims in Orlando and the lasting impression they will forever have on the LGBT plus community. So yeah, I love this list. I know that sometimes going through lists can seem a little bit frivolous, but June has been such a heavy month for this community. So I wanted to do a video addressing some of the positive things that have happened, again, in the wake of tragedy. I know you want to say something, Hasan.
No, lists are so lame.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
2016 should be the year to end all lists. How about that?
People at BuzzFeed are
positive.
like, no!
That'd be positive for all communities, and then completely, it would eradicate BuzzFeed's economy.
Yeah.
Like, BuzzFeed would no longer exist.
Yeah.
God damn it, I think it's one of the worst things that could have ever happened to just our generation.
BuzzFeed?
No. Oh, well, yes and no. No, I don't know, I want to uplift humans in general and educate them, and I feel like there's a fine line, there's a fine balance that you need to take with that when that's your course of action, when you need to make it, digestible.
Yeah.
Make it palatable for people to understand, make it entertaining, but then also still hold a little bit more information in the subject that you're covering. And I think lists totally miss the mark because they're usually created by 20-year-old interns who just sit around and they're like, oh, this is a GIF, boom, boom.
All right.
And I know this because I've done it myself.
Right. I hear you, but I think in this case, what I liked this list because it felt like overwhelmingly the month of June, there wasn't a lot to list that was positive going on surrounding the LGBT community. So that's why I liked this list, even though I do realize that lists are very sort of trivial and they're kind of almost like sound bites in like typed form. But I really like this because I think it's important as we're all kind of going through this grief to celebrate the great things that are going on. But now we want to hear from you in the comment section below. What are some positive things going on in your LGBT community, wherever you are? What are some things that you want to celebrate this month? Let us know, and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.